Hi, my name is Monty PE2, and today I will be analysing my forehand tennis shot for PE. The strength of my forehand shot is the contact point of when I hit the ball. This relates to the biomechanical principle of projectile motion. Projectile motion is the motion of an object thrown into the air when, after the initial force that launches the object, air resistance is negligible and the only other force that the object experiences is the force of gravity. As you can see there, I used my contact point well as it is near my hip.
Alright, that's good.
And also I use projectile motion by building up energy using my big muscles to small muscles, like my legs first, and then moving through to the torso and then finishing on the arms. Rotational velocity can be seen in my forehand when I bring back my racket, and then as it's coming forward to make contact with the ball, I twist my waist to the left in order to send even more power to the end of my hand where the racket is held. This force is called centrifugal force, as when I spin my waist, I'm almost going weightless in my hand in order to take advantage of the centrifugal force and send all of the energy to the racket because of the twist of my waist. Also following through to send the ball off the racket. My height of release was good in the shot as it was right in level with my waist for a nicely set up straight forehand. The key thing I did well was shoulder flexion moving through to hit the ball. The agonist for shoulder flexion is the pectoralis major and the antagonist is the latissimus dorsi. The shoulder is a ball and socket joint which allows for full 360 rotation, and the bones that make the shoulder are the humerus, clavicle, and scapula. Going further forward, I need to work on my top spins / back spins to really trick the opponent and have that little edge that he doesn't. Muscles generate force. When no muscle activation is put upon your body, then it will stay at rest. To initiate movement, muscles contract and apply force to bones via tendons. Once in motion, athletes continue moving until acted upon by forces such as friction, gravity, or muscle contraction. Stopping suddenly in tennis requires eccentric muscle control. Overall, this law and functional anatomy are used together by not stopping unless a force acts upon it. My weakness here was that I was a bit too low to the ground and I should have stood up a bit more in order of having a higher chance of the ball going over the net. Also, I'm not sure what's going on with my left arm. I will try to fix that and make sure it's not all over the place. As you can see there, I'm low to the ground, and there I'm also low to the ground. Anatomy related to weakness. The articulating bones in the common forehand are in the shoulder, the humerus, and the clavicle. In the mid-arm, it's the radius and the ulna and the humerus. End of arm is the carpals and the metacarpals and the phalanges. Muscles that move the joint are the deltoid and the pectoralis major, the bicep, the brachialis, the triceps, and the forearm. Agonist during forehand is the pectoralis major and the bicep. Antagonist during forehand is the latissimus dorsi and the triceps. Anatomical movements is the shoulder adduction, which is coming in, the elbow flexion, which is also coming in, the wrist flexion / extension, depending on what part of the shot, and the trunk rotation, which is centrifugal force. Functional anatomy and the Newton's second law are related because the greater acceleration of the racket, the more force acted upon the ball and therefore a stronger shot. Also, the more force you put into the ground when stepping off it to move, the further the ball will go. Some biophysical principles that are the most beneficial is motor learning skills and neuroplasticity. Motor learning skills is the process of learning something new through repetition and feedback. This strategy works swimmingly with neuroplasticity. This is the ability of the mind to adapt and form new neural connections in response to learning and experience. Some biophysical principles that are not the most beneficial when learning new skills or trying to improve is fatigue and overtraining. This is because while practice does make perfect, Excessive training without optimal recovery time could be counterproductive. This is because you are not giving your body enough time to recover, to get back at it again, as close as to 100% as possible. Remember that you are not a robot. You are a human being, and it is impossible to not stop training forever while getting optimal results. I would like to change the angle of my racket as the ball connects with it. This is because depending on what angle the racket is, you can start adding backspins/topspins to the shot. This will be a skill that my opponent has most likely not mastered and could account to me winning the point if done right. I would fix this problem by learning the right technique and physics behind the backspin/topspin shot, and then further implement my learned skills into the game of tennis. To wrap it up, I need to work on the little things like understanding and implementing top spins and backspins into the game of tennis. I also need to improve my use of force summation in my shot in order to make the most out of my body weight and big muscles. Another aspect that I need to improve on is the correct timing of my flexion and extension of my muscles. This is so that I can use my muscles in the most efficient way possible to send the ball on its best speed/trajectory. Thank you.